see. Nope, not this one. Yes, I know. Hey, there it is. Alright, now I'm gonna keep opening that wrong window. Alright, we're gonna pause just a second here. Alright, I think that sounds alright. So, like the title said, I had an idea for TCG. I was a long-time TCG fan, so I thought I'd just try it. Am I qualified to do that? Absolutely not. But it's never stopped me before. Why should it now? So, we're going to start with the rules. I did start this already, just in my own free time. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Alright, 2 players. Okay, start deck building. Deck consists of one main character, and we are definitely doing a second pass on some of this terminology. This is just a rough draft. And 51 cards. Then 4 copies of. Oh, you're right, Google. That is the wrong one. Any card. That's it. Each turn, a player makes one action. And man, I really need to speak up. I want to try something. Drop my mic up over here and see how that works. And it doesn't sound great. Playing card hand using an ability. I've been talking myself so long, you'd think I'd be better at this. Or using an ability of a card in play. Or drawing a card.
phrase this? I don't know why I'm still trying to format this. It's awful. Here makes an action the card is added to the timeline. Timeline is an imaginary line in between both players. Yeah, this is poorly worded because it's not always going to be cards. Sometimes it's going to be abilities, but we'll figure it out. Is added.
I'm gonna try and find a way to clip this mic that doesn't sound god awful. Added to the timeline. Wow, my mind just went completely blank. Oh yeah. All cards are moved to the moved toward. That is not how you spell toward. Toward. That's what I wanted. Zero. Oop, zero. When a card reaches zero, its effect is resolved and then moved to the appropriate zone. I'm just going to assume you know how Magic the Gathering works, I guess. All right. We're just gonna move into the card design. We'll clean stuff up later. So, by the way, there's no art for this. I'm not an artist. But, okay. So, sheet 1, I'm going to rename to main characters. I should say I named it V-Trigger. I'm doing it on VTubers because, yeah, should be fairly self-explanatory. So, Fauna, Moko, Hololive specifically, Ollie, Cora, Pekarak, Cora, there we go, Subaru, Luna, Soria, Cream, Boko. Sweet. I think that's how you spell her name. came up with this list before Flogo was introduced. But I do plan to eventually have all members of Hololive, as well as, and once that's done, I should say, we're going to switch, I'm going to start doing indies. And so that's the main characters, support characters, rare. I tried to do this with a pretty broad grab on the generations, the branches. I'm just going to put Bay. Technically it should be Hako spells, but I chose to do 52 card totals just because it seems simpler to proxy it. Let's see, and then we had equipment and spells. Okay. Already messing up. Move that down one. There we go. So right now, like I'm gonna type up what I've written down, but a lot of that's gonna change. HP. That's ability time. No, I don't like that. So, let's see. Oop, that's what I wanted. 20. Heal. 3. 5. So basically the idea is, like, you'll have your main character. They'll have a significant health pool. They'll stay on the field. And then, like, you can use their ability whenever you want. So for Fauna, you don't have a card to do this with, but you would have some kind of marker, put it on the timeline at 5, and then it would immediately move to 4. And once it hits 0, you can add 3 health, you can heal 3 to any of your characters. Equip slot, yeah, okay, is the number of equipments they can have on them at any given time. I'm gonna have to clarify that in the rules somehow, that when you use an equipment, it comes off the character. But honestly, the rules are gonna take a lot. Equip 2. We'll give 25 health. And they can, oh yeah. Cards on time. That's going to get real goofy real fast. So the idea with Fuamoka is because they're twins, they got a little more health. They can only equip 2 items, but they can take both of those. Oh, I should change that to equipment. So you can take 2 items off. So I gave equip 3. Gave her 15 health. Oh, it's funny. I just kind of guessed at 25 HP, but that's what I wrote down before. Once per game. If dies, turns with 5 HP. Because of Zombie Alley. And these are passive, so they don't have a activated thing. I don't know why I'm obsessed with capitalizing it. Deal 5 damage to 1 ally and 1 enemy. Kind of her penchant for explosions. So what's a good timeline for that? 4? That might be too much. Pecora. I'm using Fauna as kind of like the standard right now. We might change that. I think we're gonna give her 18 feels good. Oop. Didn't mean to do that. And equip, we'll give her 4. I think today's probably just going to be the main characters. Now why did I choose this for Subaru? Advance all cards on time. Final 1. Luna. Oop, I meant to do that. Kind of poking fun at Luna's poor physical. I don't want to say health. It's not poor health. She's just not very active. Let's see. Search for a sport card and put into play. I think that's as big as I'm going to let that get. Let's put that at 7. Sora. Timeline design. Oh, I gave her 30. Why? Lammy. Move any card back one space on the timeline. There's a way to... There it is. That's a reference to Lammy's snow elf. I know most people like to talk about her drinking, but I tried not to do too stereotypical with these. Add a counter to any equip card, which is a... So when I wrote this down and what I've been thinking about, a lot has changed. I actually like the way Roboco is worded here, because my plan is to have it so that counters like just kind of sit on cards, and they will have some effect based on something else on the field. That'll take some finessing to work, but oh yeah. Discard any card from timeline and to its position. Man, that's really sloppily worded, isn't it? Like I said, this is rough first draft. Each time, okay. I think that I've been watching that animation of Ayame playing buckshot. I almost called it backshot roulette. Jesus, buckshot roulette. Gains one counter each time. Kiri takes. Now we're just going to abbreviate. Callie. If enemy support this turn, deal 6. Is that what I said? 6? Really gotta start talking up, Don. Any target. So for Ina, I have advance any number spell. That meant something when I wrote it. Okay, I think number of spell cards 1. The idea is that she can pick her spells, pick whatever spells are on the timeline and move them forward. Because this game deals with time, timelines. Let's see. Enemy support dies this turn. He heal 5. Reference to her being a shark, the idea she eats them, which has completely different meanings, and would heal them rather than her, but let's not get into that. So, and equip card from your hand to counter. Did I say any card? Any card. Run. I've given up trying to phrase these in TCG ways. I'm gonna shortcut them. We'll go back and clean them up at some later date. We'll see when. A spell card and place it into your hand. Let's see. Add a counter. Wait, why is it autofilling? Oh, because of Robocop. Any card equip deals we'll see how that works. I don't know. Game 1. What? Control of 1 card on the timeline. Rift Serbian Ninja. Discard a card from hand and heal any target equal to its, we're just going to say cost. I'm not going to use the word cost at the end, but now for Bibu, I put deal damage equal damage character. What the hell was I thinking when I wrote that? Now, what the hell was I thinking when I started this channel? Let's not get deep, or we're gonna eat the end of a shotgun. That YouTube is not gonna like that joke. But fuck 'em. I think what I was trying to say direct damage on this turn to a allied support character. Now we gotta figure out a whole bunch of stuff. So Ayame gonna give her 15 as well. Callie, will put her up at 22. I'm trying to avoid just doing multiples of 5. I know that is like super pleasing, but Robico feels like 20. Choco actually feels like let's try 26. Whereas Bibu, because she's so small. Lucky number 13. We'll give her 20. Rodden, what would you think for Rodden? Or Raiden? I don't know why I'm saying Rodden. I think I really love her content. I love when she does art streams, or talks about art and culture and stuff. It's so fascinating. Let's see, Rodden. 18? We'll go 17 for Rodden. Anya. I feel like Anya is higher. She's a tough lady. Ina, on the other hand, 12 sticks out in my mind. Gura, 24. Have I done 22 yet? Yes, I have. Okay. Suisei. We're gonna do 24. Is that what I just gave you? Right, it is. Lammy might be another 20. Now 29. We'll do 27. These are all over the fucking place. Luna, yeah. Whoop. 3. 4. Aki. 5. 3. Bibu 1. Choco 2. 4. 3. I'm just doing this kind of arbitrarily. What did Gura 4? Ina 2. Callie, I mean, it feels thematic to give her 1 because she's a Reaper. But gameplay wise, that seems not great. I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I'm definitely going to have to up damage, either up damage or downgrade health. We'll do 3. Do Lammy 1 as well. So we say 2, Robico 3. So redirecting damage, who would... So that we're going to put on 5. That's... We're going to put 0 for ones that don't need it. That way I don't... And my figure's sat on 6, so we're going to put 6 for now. That's pretty... yeah. So actually I want 5. What? Because I figured out there has to be a minimum. If it's 3, I mean, if it goes to 2, it'll go to 1. Yeah, so 3 is like almost, you get one chance to react to it. Discard an equipment card from your hand to counter any card. I might nerf that down. 5. 7. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to separate like active effects from passive effects. Maybe each main character has an active and a passive, and then support characters only have one. I don't know. So we're going to do 6 for that one. 8. That's actually pretty powerful, so we'll put it at 9. Yeah. Again, this is going to take a lot of refinement. So for equipment, so we want 30 equipment. This is going to be cast time, effect, and again ability time. This is real sloppy, but so far what I'm thinking is you'll play the equipment from your hand. Once it resolves, it'll be equipped to a character, either a main or a support. And then I'll have an ability that you can detach it, put the card on the timeline, and move it along. And this is definitely going to take some getting used to. Versus spells, are just going to be cast time and effect. So we want to have 1 damage, 2. Do we just want to do that, like, 3, 4, 5. Two. So to explain that a little bit, the idea is that the timeline will always be equal to the current highest card. And I put that in the wrong field. That's better. Okay. I don't know if that's going to stick. That actually seems kind of busted. But let's see. I want this game to heavily involve like manipulating cards on the timeline and controlling, when things resolve and making sure that it happens at the best time for you and the worst time for your opponent. Oh, I need a singular word for move it back. There is a word, but YouTube doesn't like that word. Let's see. Yeah, again, we're going to need a second. So I think the plan right now is we'll get everything typed out, and then we'll clean up the language, make revisions, and figure out how we actually want this done. Deal 2 damage. Draw a card. So I think, because in my head in the rules, you don't automatically draw cards. You choose to draw cards every turn, if you want. You choose when you draw a card. So I wanted to tack draw a card onto a lot of effects to kind of counter that. I want the game to be more involved, more fun, more focused. Like a big fan of Magic the Gathering, and I love Magic. Its current problems noted, but in general I love it. I hate. That's not true. I don't hate it. It has its own function, but it's less exciting to have, drawing lands and putting lands in your deck. So that's kind of the impetus for this card game. You can clearly tell, like, this is the point when I was writing this down, and I was like, oh, I should draw a card onto a lot of this stuff. 2. See, now this one I was shield counter is what I have written here. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to find a way to like tweak this and refine it and get it to do the things that I'm wanting it to do. Because I'm already looking at it and there's layers of complication that I don't want. So we're gonna clear up the language here, and we'll see where it goes. I'm just going to type up what I have, and then I'll probably be it for the night, and then we'll come back to this later. Damage. Yeah, I'm gonna do it verbatim. Length. I should probably learn how to spell. I mean, it hasn't been important so far, but I haven't been putting myself in front of the internet. So here's another thing where I want equipment to come off of characters and go back onto them, whereas spells will just go on the timeline and then fall off. So the phrasing of this is actually pretty strong. The idea is that you can get rid of an equipment permanently. And we're probably going to play with that more. But search library for support. Put into play. Which is, well, what was that, Luna? Yeah, Luna. Because the idea, I was thinking, for Luna it would make a lot of sense for her, rather than be this like super strong individual, she'll rely more on allies and play into supporting them. There's also another version of this game in my head. We'll see if it goes there. I'm actually starting to think it might. But we'll get this done first, and then we'll worry about that. Target. Damage. Yeah, I remember this when I was writing all this down. I realized, like, why would you ever play spells except for if you have a character that synergizes with them? So I kind of wanted to make strong, like, equipment. Yes, it's repeatable, but the spells are stronger versions of the same thing. This is also where I dropped all pretext of just stealing Magic the Gathering's verbiage. The idea was also like, hey, if you have a different Oshi or whatever, you can still use effects of certain characters. So that obviously is Bibu's ability. I I kind of feel weird calling her Bee-Boo because like her friends call her Bee-Boo, but like I'm not her friend. She doesn't know I exist. That's extremely powerful. That's going to need a long timer. And that's what I wrote down so far. Let's see, I got it laid out that I have 20 mains, 20 supports, 30 equipment, and 30 spells, which I believe gives me 100, right? 60, 81, yeah. And that'll sort of be like set 1. And yeah, we're going to figure out set 1. We'll clean up the language. We'll try to figure out balancing. That probably isn't going to go well. I am a male VTuber, therefore I don't have very many friends. And probably none to playtest this with. And you guys don't exist yet, if you ever will. So you can't playtest it for me. But I just shut up when I was trying to... I just completely lost the plot there. That was just a regular ass senior moment. Holy shit. Yeah, so we're going to get set 1 typed up. Clean up the verbiage, clean up as much as we can. Figure out how exactly this is going to work. And then we might do set 1 again, but with a different system, or with a couple different systems. I'll see which one I like, and then I'll, keep going with whichever version I prefer. So I guess we call this alpha version. That'll be beta version. Lord knows when we're going to get to it. There's still a ton of stuff I want to do, and yeah, V-Trigger, V-Trigger, get it? VT, VTuber, haha, Grandpa's so clever. But yeah, we'll see where this goes. Maybe somewhere interesting, maybe nowhere at all. But that's gonna be it for me tonight. Anyway, I'm tired. Go away.